Hi, I'm James Anderson, here to talk a little bit more about the idea of learnership, the skill of learning. Now, the idea that learning is a skill, something you can get better at, is perhaps not something you grew up with. When you were at school, learning was probably something you did to get better at other things. And yes, you might have had a few strategies to help you learn, but the idea that learning itself was an area of expertise was probably something that you didn't grow up with. And so to help your child become a more skillful learner, I'd like you to start thinking about learning as a skill. Now we're going to talk about the details of what it means to be a skillful learner and how we build that skill. But today, what I'd like you to do is just to take that idea of expertise, mastery, virtuoso performance, the idea that we can be beginner and then improve and grow and develop and eventually become the master. Take that idea. Perhaps you know an area that you're familiar with where you develop expertise. Perhaps it's cooking and you can think of the master chef. Or perhaps it's music and you can think of the journey to become a virtuoso performer. Perhaps it's martial arts and you can think of the journey from white belt through to black belt and the focus and the dedication and the time and the resources it takes. And perhaps you can recognize the difference between the beginner and the expert. And I want you to take all those concepts, all those ideas around what it takes to be an expert in a field. And I want you to start applying them to the idea of learning. Now, right now, you mightn't have all the details. But when you look at people learn, when you look at your child learn, start thinking about how well are they learning? How far in that journey of becoming an expert learner are they? Where do you see one person learn and another person do it so much better? Because one of the things that we recognize that when we recognize expertise is that we respond with wonderment. We can look at the virtuoso performer, the black belt martial artist, the master chef, and we go, wow, that's amazing. Like that, and we have that sense of wonder because we recognize what it's taken to achieve that level of sophistication, that level of achievement. And I want you to take all those ideas and apply it to learning. Because as you come to understand this idea of learnership, there'll come a time when you can recognize not what your child is learning, but how they are learning. And you'll look at them and you'll go, wow, that's incredible. They are so good at learning. And when that happens, when your child's reached that level of learnership, they'll have set themselves up to be really, really successful in life.